guys, welcome in. Thank you so much for watching my video. Today we're going to be talking about how to use Cricut Design Space on your iPhone. Before we begin, I just wanted to let you guys know that iPhone is how I got started with using my Cricut machine. All I had to do was open my app store and begin downloading Cricut Design Space app. Since I already have Design Space installed, I'm just going to go ahead and update the app. Once updated, you're gonna want to press open, and this is where the application would then begin setting up. Cricut Design Space does come with a lot of free features, so we don't really have to pay for anything, especially for this tutorial. Now to get started, let's press on the plus sign and then let's start creating a custom decal. As part of this, all you want to do is select the text. In this case, I'm going to be using my customer's name to create the custom decal for her order. Once you're satisfied with what the text looks like, you can actually go ahead and change up the fonts of it, as well as style and any type of font that you can use as part of your design space. Now, Design Space does come with a few fonts that are paid, but you don't necessarily need those. And honestly, I wouldn't recommend even paying for that, because you do have the option to even import designs from your Canva if you need it to be a little bit more nicer than the fonts that are already available in the Cricut Design Space. So in this case, I'm going to be choosing one of the fonts that I already have saved, and I'm going to be adding the details of that font in the description below for you guys to use. I would recommend going through all of the existing ones that are already available, because that's going to save you so much time. And at the same time, I do personally feel that there's some really nice ones that I'm yet to explore in the Cricut Design Space, but I will definitely list all of those out in the description below. One more place to actually look at is not just the Cricut fonts, but also the system fonts. Now, these system fonts are essentially the fonts that are those existing ones that you see in Word doc and everywhere else. These includes like Arial designs, Times New Roman, so all the common and basic designs that you would like to choose from your Cricut Design Space. You can have access to those as well. Once you're happy with what your design looks like, you can actually even add some color to it, but this is totally optional because we're going to be printing this on a permanent vinyl that's going to have color. This step is absolutely optional, but this will just give you an indication of what that's gonna look like once your decal is basically ready. Once you're happy with your design, you can press on Make It, and this will pull up 4 options for you to choose from. Now, since we're using a permanent vinyl for this tutorial, you can either choose the option of loading it on a mat or without a mat. From here, you can basically choose where you want to move your decal around on the mat or in the permanent vinyl option that you are going to be placing in your Cricut machine. You can also go back and adjust the size if you think that that looks super big or small on your mat. And once everything looks good again, you can press on Make It, and that will essentially again pull up what your decal will look on the mat. Now I want to show you guys how you can create even nicer designs on Canva and import it into your Cricut Design Space. But if you're not interested, just skip all the way to the end of the video where you can see how to print out the decal that we initially created. Here I'm going to type in name logo, which is going to pull up a lot of the name designs that I see in my Canva. And you can go through any of these templates. You just want to make sure that it's a single layer and it's a lot more simpler and not too complex, just because right now we're only printing a custom decal of a specific name. So I'm going to pick out one of the designs that I do already have saved. It's a template that I have from an existing project of mine. So I will definitely link that in my description below as well. Now, it doesn't really matter what is the background size, because we are going to be making the design completely transparent, and we will only keep the decal and not the background. Because I want to simplify the decal a little bit, I'm going to go ahead and delete the additional elements that I see in this name logo. So I'm only going to be keeping the name as well as those little stars that you see on the side, just to show you what the end result might look like. And there's so much that you can do using Canva without actually having to pay for the Cricut Design Space paid features. So now in here, you're going to want to adjust the text name to the desired name of your liking, and then you can then go ahead and change any effects that it may have. Now this part is crucial because these effects may not reflect the same way on the permanent vinyl because we're doing a single layer design. So let's go ahead and download our design and go back to our canvas from where we are going to be importing the design that we saved in our Canva. In your design space, you want to choose the upload button and select from photo library and upload the image that you saved in Canva. Now here you're going to want to choose select and tap on the background to completely make the background transparent. Just make sure to also make the letters, the spacing that's in between the letters, transparent as well. These are very easy to miss, but if you don't remove the background from in between the letters, that could actually show up when the design will be cut on the permanent vinyl. Next, we will press apply and choose a single layer to import the design on our canvas. Here you can give the image details by providing the image name. In here I would just write custom name decal, and then the image will be uploaded on our canvas. You can either choose to leave it as is or proceed to select make it, which would then pull up the option to save your design as part of the project. From here on, you will again choose the load type. I will be selecting on matte because I already have a matte, and select make it. Again, once you're happy with the adjustment and the size of the text, you want to select next to begin designing on your permanent vinyl. You also want to make sure that you're placing the text exactly where you're going to be placing your vinyl inside of your Cricut machine. Once you have your Cricut machine powered on, go ahead and look into your Bluetooth settings to connect with your Cricut machine, which would then give you the option to select a material on which you will be designing from your Cricut machine. So here you will set material as Smart Vinyl Permanent and start loading the mat, and then go ahead and press go. This is what the end result looks like, and you can basically place this decal wherever you like. Thank you guys so much for watching.